Live from downtown Macon, this is WGXA News live on YouTube.
Good evening, Middle Georgia. I'm Amanda Peralta.
I'm Greg Lloyd. Amanda and I thank you for watching WGXA News at 5:30. We have breaking news tonight from Richmond County, Georgia, the Augusta area. That's where a shooting has been reported at a high school. And here's what we know so far. The shooting occurred in the cafeteria of Josie High after a fight between two students. One person was shot in the finger. Investigators are searching for the person believed to be the shooter. Two nearby middle schools were locked down for a short time before students were dismissed. Sheriff Richard Roundtree says the shooter is a student at Josie and they're asking for someone to turn him in. The school does not have metal detectors, but the sheriff says he's not even sure one would have detected a gun. School leaders are still deciding if school will be in session tomorrow. We have more on this story on our website, WGXA.tv. Now to local crime, and a man is behind bars while his partners are still on the run after trying to steal an ATM from a Macon bank. According to the Bibb Sheriff's Office, deputies were called to Bank of the OZK on Bass Road around 3:30 this morning. They found three men trying to use a Ford F-150 to take the ATM, but before they could take the men into custody, they took off in what turned out to be a stolen truck. After a short chase, the men bailed out of that truck, and that's when deputies took Antoine Simmons into custody. He's facing theft and fleeing charges while investigators look for the two other men. If you know something, please give BSO or Crime Stoppers a call.
After several sweltering weeks of heat, we're finally getting slight heat and humidity relief across Middle Georgia today.
Meteorologist Ryan Miranda joins us now saying to enjoy it while we can because it just won't last.
I know, Greg. I wish this could last all the way straight through fall, but Amanda, you really are loving some of these temperatures outside. I mean, can you not? 94 right now is the feels like temperature in Macon. Yesterday, we were up above 110, so we're feeling much better. 93 in Warner Robins. I stepped out my door this afternoon. That humidity just didn't hit me right in the face, so it's feeling a lot better today. Looking out to Macon with our Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. Looks absolutely beautiful outside too. Air temperature currently 90 degrees. That's running about 2 degrees below the average, and a lot of the eastern half of the U.S. pretty comfortable. Only 78 right now in Orlando, 89 in Charlotte, and 81 degrees right now in Nashville. We're sitting at right around 90 degrees. So planning our day tomorrow, another beautiful day. Pretty cold to start in the morning, 68 at 7 o'clock. Bright sunshine going up to a high of 94 degrees. The heat and humidity, though, is returning right in time for the weekend, unfortunately. I'll talk more about that coming up in the full Skywatch weather forecast. Greg?
All right, well, continuing coverage tonight. Thank you, Ryan. We brought you from Warner Robins new rules that city leaders there have put in place about cutting your grass. The heat wave combined with the new rules has one woman struggling to keep up, and she called us for help.
Carlos Stevens talked to the woman today, and Carlos, what did she tell you?
Well, guys, when I talked to her early this morning, she told me that the city has been cutting the grass for years, and she thinks it's unfair for them now to ask citizens to do it.
But have more compassion for your people.
75-year-old Sylvia Eubanks has been living in Warner Robins for 16 years, and she says the city's recent ordinance is cutting into her budget because she's on a fixed income. She says she's also concerned about the safety of kids since she's not able to take on the responsibility.
When you get a little bit older, you can't do what you used to do when you was younger.
And now Eubanks says with the ordinance passed by city leaders, she's searching for answers.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Eubanks says she was never notified about the new ordinance until recently when a code enforcement officer told her about it. He told her she's responsible for cutting all right-of-way areas. Otherwise, she'll receive warnings and then fines.
I'm like, you got to be kidding. He said, no, ma'am.
I did reach out to the mayor's office after Eubanks says she wasn't properly notified, and the mayor's office issued me this statement, and part of that statement reads, with the feed received from constituents, it is clear that city could have done more on a broader scale in regards to communication. But Eubanks believes the city should continue maintaining the right-of-ways. However, I took Eubanks' concerns to the city of Warner Robins and talked to the director of Public Works, Craig Clifton, who told me this.
We as an entity, City of Warner Robins and Public Works, when somebody mows their property or mows their yard, they don't stop right at their property line. They take it all the way up to the roadway, and basically that's what this ordinance is. It just basically asks the property owner, when mowing or maintaining their property, maintain up to the road right-of-way or the road curb that extends around their property themselves. Of course, this is just one example.
Clifton says the city understands that not everybody is capable due to age and disabilities and offered this advice.
My only advice would be to possibly contact a younger individual that can come out.
According to the city, if residents or businesses choose to not be compliant, they would be given a notice for the issues and 2 weeks before a follow-up. If nothing has been done, a bid would be put out for the job to be completed by a city-hired contractor with the homeowner responsible for paying the bill. Unpaid bills could result in property liens. And if you rent a home, you're responsible for following the ordinance too. Now the mayor's office went on to tell me, in light of public interest, the city intends to review the ordinance to determine if more discussion is needed. Of course, this is a story we'll stay on top of and bring you any new information online or on air. We're live here in Warner Robins. I'm Carlos Stevens, WGXA News.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Macon-Bibb Emergency Management wants to be sure you're prepared for the next round of severe weather. The agency continued handing out weather radios as well as pillow shakers and light combos to people who signed up for the free supplies earlier this year. They say it's vital people have access to life-saving information during weather emergencies.
It's incredibly important to make sure people are aware of dangerous situations. So anytime we have severe weather, we want to make sure everyone is able to be alerted to it and be able to take precautions to keep themselves safe.
The EMA also plans to host a preparedness fair for the community on September 23rd.
Well, a conversation about a new gym in Monroe County quickly turned into a discussion about something over a decade in the making. Our Gloria Ruth Finney is following this story and is live tonight with details on plans for a new ag center. Gloria Ruth?
Greg and Amanda, Monroe County leaders have plans to build a new 2-court gym here at the rec department. But in order to build the gym, they'll have to move this horse arena. Commissioners discussed the plans for nearly an hour at this week's meeting. The new gym will cost around $2.5 million. Moving the horse arena will cost another $400,000. But Commissioner Eddie Rowland revealed that a special tax over 10 years ago promised voters a brand new ag center here in Monroe County that was never built. Now,
We want to apologize for that. Gloria Ruth's audio went out there, but she will have more for us tonight at 11 on this story, so we will be continuing to follow this. Now, over in Warner Robins, rent-only homes are being planned for affordable housing. Parkland Communities has announced plans to start constructing at Grove Landing along Dunbar Road. It's the first single-family built-to-rent community in Warner Robins. Plans feature 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes with craftsman-style exteriors. Square footage ranges from 985 square feet for 2-bedroom units to 1,475 square feet for 4-bedroom homes. Monthly rents range from $1,850 to $2,350 and will include yard and home maintenance.
And if you own property in Houston County, your tax bill could be going up. The Houston County Board of Commissioners announced its intent to raise property taxes by more than 5%, but the board approved a rollback in the millage rate. The adjustment would reduce the millage rate from 9.8 to about 9.6. Houston County Commission Chair Dan Perdue says it's the lowest millage rate the county has seen in many years, but some property owners are still concerned about paying more in tax dollars.
Looking at other ways to bring in income to do what they need to do, yes, so that all of the citizens can be equally affected and not just homeowners.
Property tax assessments are annual and done by the Board of Tax Assessors.
Well, Macon-Bibb commissioners approved a huge millage rate reduction, which most property owners will notice on their new tax bills. Now, commissioners voted to adopt the proposed 10.723 millage rate. That number represents a drop of more than 7 mills. Mayor Lester Miller says the tax drop is possible thanks to the other local option sales tax, or OLOST, and due to sound financial planning by the county.
We've been able to do in the last couple of years is to tighten up our budget, make sure that we've done that in a more efficient way. I've been able to grow some income in Macon-Bibb County for a new development that have come here. Recently, we passed the OLOS at an 80-20 vote for Macon-Bibb County citizens, and this year we're required to roll back 5 mills as a part of that. As you may recall, last year we rolled back 2 mills, and this year we're rolling back 5 plus 2.2. So In total, we've rolled back a more substantial amount than we were required to do.
Miller added that even owners who see a rise in their property values should still notice tax savings along with increased equity in their properties.
Improvements will be coming to Bibb County Courthouse after the commission approved funding for upgrades. The commission authorized $2.5 million from the 2018 SPLOST revenues for courthouse improvements. The money will be spent on new furniture, fixtures, equipment, and safety upgrades.
Funds associated with that, but basically we've been value engineering the amount of money that we were given and voted on by the taxpayers in 2018 to make sure that all the increases that we've had for the cost of supplies and services has increased, and make sure those numbers match.
The mayor says a final list of proposed courthouse renovations will be presented to the commission in the coming months. Middle Georgia shoppers could soon see some changes at their local grocery store as Aldi takes over Winn-Dixie and Harvey's in a new merger. Aldi will evaluate which locations will transition to their brand, while those not converted will continue to operate as Winn-Dixie and Harvey supermarket stores. There are currently 6 Harveys in Middle Georgia in Americus, Cordele, Eastman, Gray, McRae, and Sandersville. Aldi currently operates stores in Macon, Warner Robins, and Milledgeville.
Tonight, the finger pointing is ramping up. Local, state, and federal officials all blaming the other for recent responses to the challenges of hundreds of thousands of migrants coming into the United States. National correspondent Christine Frizzell has more tonight from Washington.
Across the country, resources and patience are running low.
But New Yorkers have been left to deal with this crisis almost entirely on our own.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams revealing more than 100,000 migrants have come in the last year, and with shelters full, is reportedly considering setting up tents in Central Park and other green spaces, according to The Gothamist. Also blasting the Biden administration for the delay in issuing work permits to migrants. Other parts of the state, like Erie County, now pausing programs to welcome migrants after overcrowding and crime.
2 serious violent crimes are alleged to have occurred in the past 2 weeks, and they are too many.
Despite the issues adding up, Senator Kyrsten Sinema accusing Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of playing politics, sending federal money to his home state she believes should have been sent to her state of Arizona.
The fact that a yeoman's amount of this money went to New York City, in my opinion, is wrong because they are not a border state and they are not facing the kind of pressure that we are facing here.
That pressure, though, undeniable. Even as far north as Massachusetts, just the latest state to declare a state of emergency. Leaders making this surprising request to residents.
If you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family.
In the meantime, critics say the current strategy is one of reaction with no long-term plan.
We should be taking the fundings to go and prevent the threat from actually entering our country rather than reacting to it after it's already here. We should take the money to secure the border.
Now, we are still awaiting the latest numbers of migrant encounters for the month of July from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. May and June each saw a major decrease from the month before. The Biden administration crediting its new, stricter policies on who can ask for asylum in the United States. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzell.
Today, we finally got a slight fresh of nicer air that's overplaced for us. And in your midweek headlines, the humidity once again will stay in check tomorrow. Then we're watching for some above average temperatures once again returning by Friday. And we're also keeping an eye on the tropics. They could be waking up here. There's a few systems that we're keeping an eye on over the next week or so. So let's go live on our Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network, looking out over Mercer University. Just an absolutely beautiful day today. Temperatures have actually been below average, and that humidity has been staying in check. So we haven't, when you walk outside, you really don't get hit in the face with just that sweltering humidity. These are some of the air temperatures right now. 90 in Macon, that's around 2 degrees below average. 87 in Roberta, 89 in Hawkinsville, and 86 degrees right now in Irvington. Satellite radar showing that we have that front that pushed through yesterday. It's really stalled out over southeastern Georgia, giving them a few showers. We could see an isolated storm for our far south and eastern counties Otherwise, it's really going to be a spectacular night and tomorrow as well. So planning it out for the feels like temperatures in the morning, we could start out with temperatures in the upper 60s. Could have a bit of a chill in the air, but notice even by lunchtime, only 87 degrees and temperatures feeling like they'll be into the low 90s for the afternoon tomorrow. So another great day for Thursday, but then we're tracking once again another warm up by Friday. That feels like temp back up into the triple digits through the weekend. We're still up there near 101, 102, but even next Monday, we're hotter, approaching that dangerous category once again as that feels like temp gets near 105. Well, we're also tracking right now a few systems in the tropic. This one in the Gulf of Mexico has a low chance of formation. There's a tropical wave that's moving through. We'll watch that over the next 7 days. But these two off the coast of Africa do have a medium chance of formation. If these form into any storms, they're still several days away from the American coastline. No threat to middle Georgia at this time. Back here at home tonight, going to be pretty cool actually, down to 67 degrees in Macon, 68 in Warner Robins, 64 in Monticello. A few areas probably in the low 70s for areas south of I-16, but it's going to be a very comfortable night. And tomorrow, a beautiful day. Tons of sunshine, lower humidity, up to 94 degrees. If you're outdoors for multiple hours, of course, don't forget the sunscreen. Still have a high UV index for this time of the year. And in your 10-day forecast, bright sunshine tomorrow, less humid, up to 94 degrees. Really enjoy it because the last day of the work week, that heat and humidity begins to ramp up. 97 on Friday, sunny and hot. That humidity begins to ramp up, so it feels like temperatures heading into the weekend back into the triple digits. It's a hot day on Saturday, 98 degrees. Sunday, we're staying hot. Rain chances really very minimal, not going to be a lot of relief in the form of any kind of rain showers out there. And next week, we keep that high heat still going on with temperatures in the upper 90s. And of course, here is your Harrison's Body Shop Fishing Game forecast. Peaks in the good category at 3:20 a.m. and again at 3:20 p.m. Greg, back to you.
Well, crisis in the classroom after Cirrus board members canceled yesterday's scheduled meeting at the last minute. Parents say it's those kind of things that could cost the school its accreditation with the state. Tensions have been growing for months between the board and the school superintendent, Gail Fowler, and her supporters. The board is accused of holding secret meetings, adding unapproved members to the board, and setting up term limits themselves. Some are so concerned about the school's future, they tried reaching out to the State Charter School Commission. Now people are calling on the board to step aside.
We need to be able to move on to install new board members so that the school can continue to function and be approved and be in compliance. And I just don't understand. I just want to see my husband's vision and his legacy for this school to continue.
With the school's probationary period soon coming to an end, WGXA reached out to board members and the State Charter School Commission to ask about Cirrus's standing. We have not yet heard back from either. WGXA is proud to help Middle Georgia families struggling with diaper access this summer. As a part of our local Sinclair Cares initiative, we are hosting our summer diaper drive to help out local families. You can make a difference by scanning the QR code on your screen to make a financial donation, or you can head to one of the 7 donation bins found at Kroger locations across Middle Georgia and Vineville Baptist Church to drop off diapers. All proceeds will stay local and benefit the Colby Center right here in Macon.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gary Thigpen, and I'm here again today at the Jones County Animal Services here in Jones County. I'm joined again today with Jennifer and Jacqueline. And guess who we have a special girl we're going to tell you about today. Who is this?
Yes, today we have Velma.
Velma.
She's a boxer mix. She's around 8 months of age. Doesn't do so well with cats, but she's very playful. She likes to play with her toys and loves to go on a walk.
And she would be great with kids. I can already tell you that right now. If you got a big backyard, you want to put Velma in, let her run out her energy and spend time with the kids, she could do that. She's very lovable at the same time. Look at this. So Jennifer, if someone would like to give Velma a good home, how would they do that?
Come down to our office located at 1015 Monticello Highway, and we'll get her all set up to go to her new forever home.
All right, let's take care of that today. Let's look at that beautiful, sweet face. Let's find Velma a good home. I know you want her. You want to do this today, so let's take care of it. Thank you, Jennifer and Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Hollywood is set to return to Macon this week. The Macon Film Festival is set to screen nearly 100 films starting tomorrow.
Brianna Cook is breaking down what you need to know before you hit the red carpet. Brianna?
Greg and Amanda with the film festival back in Macon. The chairman tells me that there's a lot of events going on for everyone to participate in.
We have events going on every single night. And of course, films starting all day, starting Friday morning, running through Sunday.
The 2023 Macon Film Festival will feature over 90 films from around the world starting on Thursday. The festival will showcase over 60 traditional independent films from various categories, including Georgia-made, documentary shorts, local showcases, narrative features, and many, many more. Justin Andrews, the chairman of the Macon Film Festival, says they are tying in locals with one of their big screenings.
The Dallas Austin screening of Drumline on Saturday, with the Battle of the Bands that'll be out front of the Grand with some local area high schools. That is probably one of the most interesting things that I'm looking forward to for the festival this year.
Andrew says it's important for them to show a sense of community.
We are more and more involved in the community and want to be involved in the community, and these free screenings are very, very important to us. So with that being the community aspect, it's also really important to the filmmakers that they get to come here and network.
Filmmakers, actors, actresses, and producers from all around the world will be in Macon for the festival. This year's schedule features daily film screenings, celebrity guests, special screenings, and workshops throughout the weekend. Andrew says it will be an eventful span of days, but they can't do it without your help.
We are always looking for volunteers. Those volunteers get free day passes for the day that they volunteer to be able to go and see whatever films that they want. So that's really a neat way to interact with the filmmakers and guests that come in town, and also have the opportunity to go see some films.
For more information on how to attend or the schedule, please visit our website at WGXA.tv. Reporting live in Macon, Brianna Cook, WGXA News.
All right, thank you, Brianna. There's a new tool you can use as you hit up the Macon Film Festival. Visit Macon has unveiled the Film Macon collection on their Tour Macon app. Now, with the app, you can learn about and visit filming locations for movies like Tyler Perry's A Jasmine's Blues, The Fate of the Furious, and Black Widow. The Tour Macon app is free on your smart devices app store, so we got a lot of cool things here, not only music, but a lot of rich movie history now, too.
Are we going to go watch some movies?
We should go watch the movie, but of course it's on the app, you know? It's on the app, of course.
What you mean?
On the app. When we were in Disney, everything's on the app.
He's not gonna get it because he didn't go to Disney.
I
with
did
us.
not. I did.
When we went to Disney, so Ryan has been to Disney probably far too many times. But any time that I would ask him anything, or that one of our friends would ask anything, his automatic answer and his brother's answer, because of course they both have been probably way too many times, was, "Oh, it's on the app."
It's on the app.
Like, how is that supposed to help me?
They would ask for wait times. I would ask for food menu and be like, "It's on the app." Like, just go right there. Because I don't know either.
Oh,
it's on the app. But.
That would drive me nuts.
Oh,
too.
it did.
Oh, gosh.
By the end of the day, I was like, I'm going to put him on the app.
I know. That's going to do it for WGXA News at 5:30.
We invite you to join us at 6 on ABC 16.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.